Fortnite, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto 5, Roblox, Minecraft. For the first time ever, the 5 most played video games on PlayStation in 2025 were exactly the same as 2024. Xbox is almost exactly the same, except in 2025, Fortnite overtook Call of Duty for the top spot. We're Xbox players. We don't play cartoon games for kids, we play games about real wars. Said by the men who will one day find themselves sobbing in the trenches of the inevitable World War III. But why aren't we respawning? Why are we all playing the same games? Well, there's a number of reasons, but most of them boil down to the fact that, people have jobs, they have families, they have commitments. And in the slim amount of time that they do get to play video games, they want a guarantee that what they're about to play is going to be an enjoyable experience. And I get that. I just started playing Fortnite last year, and there's a huge, very satisfying pleasure in kicking the shit out of children as Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, I love it. Clearly 90% of these kids are playing on tablets too, so you think it would make it feel too easy, but it doesn't. Oh, it's just still so satisfying. It's genuinely the virtual equivalent of me just walking into their kindergarten and kicking all these kids during nap time. Maybe I'll dress as Sabrina Carpenter whenever I do that too. Don't know, still working out the details, but there's a plan coming together. But it's fun. It just starts. There's no long cutscenes or boring tutorials, which is genuinely something I think more games need to take note of. Something I think we've lost in modern gaming is immediacy. You press start and you're playing the game. Super Mario Brothers, I press start, I'm bouncing on a Koopa's head almost instantaneously. On the other hand, I stuck Death Stranding 2 on the other day, a game I'm really enjoying, but it was 4.5 minutes of cutscene before I was able to take control. That's a chunk of time of me sitting, watching, before I even know if I like playing the game. Imagine if the next Star Wars film started at the cinema and the opening text scroll was 5.5 minutes long. Modern audiences would be seething. All the children desperately clamouring to the screen, trying to get their finger on it so it'll play in 2 times speed. Why is it not working? Ha ha ha! Your powers don't work here, guys. Why are you dressed as Sabrina Carpenter? You're about to find out, motherfucker. Ultimately, developers need to realise that if it's easier to play a game of Fortnite than it is to start your game, then you've got a problem. Would Death Stranding 2 have lost anything by opening on Sam at the top of those dunes and just immediately letting me take control? I don't think so. But look, I don't want to stroke the ego of these multiplayer games for too long, because they also have a huge problem. They don't end. I keep getting TikToks, right, of depressed men talking about how gaming just doesn't feel the same anymore. But I think that's a symptom of continually playing something like COD or Fortnite or GTA Online, because they never end. Of course you're bored, you're playing the same game. Then they probably give up, go downstairs and watch episode 63 of The Walking Dead season 205, and it's the same show. So you stick an episode of your favourite podcast on and it's just the same podcast.
Human beings are the sex organs of the machine world.
No wonder you're having an existential crisis, my god, because things are supposed to end. Your games, your TV shows, and ultimately your life. And that's okay. Honestly, trust me, my friend. Have a shot of Donkey Kong Bonanza and stick an episode of Severance on. You don't have to film yourself looking sad playing the Xbox. You'll simply be enjoying life. Because this is the thing. It's part of the process of life for things to come to an end, to enjoy it and for it to finish, to mourn it and have to move on and find something else that brings you just as much pleasure. But of course, it's easier for big companies to try and keep you addicted to just one product, rather than having to come up with multiple new ideas every few years so that you keep giving your money to them. That's why I think this malaise I'm seeing on all these TikToks is so sad, because when all you do is play the same game again and again and again, you don't have the experience of going and playing something else. So how would you know how to do that? Look, is sadly just the way the human race is going. Subscription services promise endless payment for endless service. Fortnite has endless seasons. Podcasts have endless episodes. AI companies want the rights to Friends so they can generate the endless sitcom. Even Google Docs, in which I'm writing the very words you're hearing now, changed its format from A4 pages to an endless blank void that goes on and on and on and on. And that's the thing, ultimately, that worries me about AI. I think it's the tool that will finally allow companies to try and create endless content, endless AI seasons, missions, skins for your favourite games, and that horrifies me. But, on the other hand, could I stop myself from sticking Gitaroo Man into the AI game maker to finally give myself Gitaroo Man 2? I mean, probably not. I'd probably just sit and play infinite Arkham games until they turn my life support off. But if I didn't run out of Arkham games, I wouldn't have played half the games that now I hold up as some of my favourites. All stories have an end, whether we like it or not. It's just whether they're on your terms or not. When Fortnite inevitably loses players, they could do a cool final season that triumphantly ends the game. Every character and every season leading to a moment that creates this dramatic finale unlike anything any form of media has ever done before. But I'm pretty confident in saying they won't. The end of Fortnite will be when the majority of players move on to the next big game and it reaches the point where it's not making anyone any money and they just unceremoniously pull the plug on it. So enjoy your time at the top, Fortnite, because it's all downhill from here. Hey, thank you very much for watching. My name's Nathan. I am on the Future Game Show talking about the big topics in gaming, and what a topic to start the year off with. If you like this and you're interested in watching more, I have a playlist on the Future Game Show channel. You should be seeing it on your screen right now. And please do think about subscribing, because we've got all sorts of great content on here. We've got Jules Gill doing great stuff, my good friend Josh Lloyd doing amazing horror content. Subscribe. You won't regret it, like your mum regrets having you.